How's it going, everyone? Welcome to Park Beyond, to what I would like to dub the Park of fucking nightmares. Well, no. Park of dreams, you know. You can have bad dreams, can't you? Look at this pile of sick. This is the first ride. This is before they've even got going on this fucking lazy carousel. No, they have decided against it. They hate the idea of going into this park, and frankly, who can blame them? Well, you know, I thought I'd start them off in a pretty fair way. A nice little carousel. Get the ball rolling and everything. What is not to love? Now, the way that I have set up this park, as you'll soon see, is that once everyone leaves this ride, which apparently they can almost do if the gate doesn't open for them, is that the exit of one ride leads immediately into the entrance of the next, and there is literally no way for them to escape. So, if they decide to enter this park at all, you know, to not heed this vomit as a warning, well then they're pretty much screwed for the duration until they've made it through the entire park. Speaking of which, that brings us to this wonderful roller coaster that I've made. Now, in all honesty, I may have gone a little far. There's a bit of a chain lift on this thing. There's a bit of a chain lift on this thing, which I'm not actually sure how long it takes. We'll time that once the coaster eventually makes it back to the station. Here we go, the coaster's back, and you know, people have had the time of their lives. They're leaving great reviews for it. They could not get off that quick enough. March the 15th, that's when they're setting off on this roller coaster. When does it actually when do we think they'll reach that peak? I think it's important for everyone riding this coaster to, you know, experience certain levels of dread. That's what you look for in roller coasters. You want that exhilaration of, am I going to survive this? Well, so we've entered day 3 now of climbing this thing. But that is exactly what they're after, you know? And so this drop... Oh, good grief. Let's have a little look. There he goes. I think the speed that I clocked on this thing is about 300 miles an hour. Straight, I've just noticed, into the fucking side of a volcano. To really hammer that home as well, I thought it was really a great idea that I had to pop the track here straight through this ring of fire. So there's every chance that you ride this thing and then you burst into flames halfway through. There we go. All made it in one piece. And everyone off immediately. They're fine. They've had the time of their lives. They can't wait to. Well, their nerves seem to be shot. To be fair, that's to be expected. What better way to calm down than to go immediately onto the very next ride, the slingshot, which, well, it might be the most panic-inducing ride that there is in this entire park. What happens is you get loaded into this slingshot, and then well, naturally pulled back on this giant piece of plastic and fired into the fucking sky. I didn't just notice the fire that gives them a little cook as they get rocketed off into space. There we go, back into their comfy chairs. Oh dear me. You thought the fucking climb on that roller coaster took a long time. I'm gonna hazard a guess that this big wheel might take, what do we think? A month? Well, that's great. After they've aged about 7 or 8 years, then they'll come out of here and they'll get on this fantastic little ride, which is really packing them in. The fuel this uses. Yeah, lest it just get to the top of there and that be enough for it. Would you go on this? Fucking hell, the speed at which that drops! This is on normal play speed. Your stomach would shoot out the top of your head, I think. Well, oh fucking hell. So this is what I like to call Vomit Avenue. This is the first opportunity that most of these sad folk have had to sit down, get off their feet for a moment. And what better place? The smell of this place alone is wonderful. How are these guys doing? Sat amongst the mists of sick. It's made those guys all feel a mite peckish. Understandable, really. The first thing you'd want to do after seeing all this sick is eat. So once you've waded through all the sick and trash, you'll be ready for the next ride. Now, again, I might have gone a little overboard here with the queue. I expected this ride to be really popular. And it it doesn't seem to be. I'd be interested to know, you know, how long does it take these people to get to this end, the end of this queue? They entered this place on May the 18th. Let's jot that down. He loves it. He's prepared to go the whole way like that. This might be more dangerous than any of the rides that I've put them on, you know. Like one slight gust of wind. Still going. They still seem pretty happy as well. They still seem pretty content. I think they're excited for the ride, you know. When did I say they got on the path? The 18th? So that's a straight month of walking now. You know, the queue's moving. You can't ask for better than that in a theme park, I always find. Keep going, guys. There's not far now. Well, no, actually, that's not true. I actually have no idea how far it is. Rough guess, like what, 5 or 6 miles of queue? What was the fucking budget to build this? Alone, the concrete needed for the struts. Queues next to volcanoes that literally spits lava all over the path. And the people, you know, that doesn't come for cheap. So I gotta think that there's not much energy left by this point, but, you know, thankfully most of the queue is uphill. Hey, they've nearly got to the end. Now when they get to this ride, they're all rewarded, you see, with this amazing ride called Himalayan Adventure, which looks absolutely badass against the volcano backdrop. The initial ride is like just this swinging cart that you get into, and it's, you know, you've probably seen something like it before, but then you impossify it and you probably haven't seen much like it. There he goes, coming to life, climbing his tower. I mean, already I would be throwing up at the sheer panic that I have over how high this thing is. So not only are you getting beautiful views and unforgettable memories, but you get the platinum edition of Whiplash as well. What does it look like if we actually ride this thing? I haven't ridden this camera on this like it. Oh my god! I mean, the fact that this person doesn't have a head anymore says it all, really, doesn't it? I think. Fuck me. It's really no wonder that the paths are more vomit than they are tarmac at this point. Look at them all clutching their stomachs. Heading back towards the park through all these fucking amazing struts. Dropping literally as much fucking litter as they can find. Of course we popped a giant fucking, look at his face. We popped a giant fucking crocodile there. Spent an actual month of my life in a queue, and then when I got to the gate, the fucking owner closed it. No, it's alright guys, it's reopened. You don't have to walk all the way back. Genuinely, you don't have to skid all the way back to the entrance. I should probably do something about this trash problem. I haven't hired much staff. I mean, we've got no cleaners, or mechanics, or paramedics. We have one entertainer though. They're doing their best. Oops, I didn't mean to hire Bertha Blight. What, the exact same? I've hired the same entertainer twice. Well, we don't need them, Bertha. We'll get rid of one. Bertha is in the train station looking to leave this area as fast as fucking possible. This is year 7. And she has been the only entertainer in the park for the whole time. Bertha, you are doing the best job. Thank you so much for all your hard work. They look gutted. I was about to say maybe I built the path too long, you know, but then these guys seem to want to get more exercise than I gave to them. They seem alright. They seem older than they did when they entered the park. Well, I mean, they could be happier. It could be said. They are literally starving. They haven't drunk in years. They couldn't need the toilet more, but they've still got a bit of energy left, which is good. You know, considering. Yeah, there's a nice tour of my park that I've spent all of one afternoon making. Can you tell? You know what's great is that the ticket that you buy actually serves as an annual pass. So, you know, you can come back anytime that you want in the future. Literally, nobody wants to come into my park anymore. Can't blame them.